Hi, welcome back to my channel. Let's go through May's reflections and wrap-ups for my journals and decks used. I'm going to try and do this quickly because at the end I want to add the video of the garden because it was requested for people to see the garden as it changed. So it's like a 10-minute ramble around my garden. Okay, so if you want to see that, stay tuned to the end. May was the month of the Divine Feminine, hosted by Eries Witchcraft. And we worked through many prompts. So I've done the videos to these. So this is just the quick, here's my journal prompt. Or my journal show and tell. So we've got all the questions and things in here, but if you want to see what all this was about, then you've got my videos that you can go back to for this, and then you can watch and see what I did, because I've done 3 videos, I think it was 3 videos, yeah, 3 videos with all of the spreads in, and the Lilith spread still remains as one that I will do in my own time. Haven't chosen a deck for this one yet, so I will do that for myself, and that one will be a private spread as far as I'm concerned. But we're moving into meeting the Fae, so it's now June the 1st at the time of me filming this. It's my sister's birthday. I've just had mine, it's now my sister's. No let up in our household for birthday girls. So let's take a look at the digital journal as I've got it open. Excuse me one second, I need to go to May. Okay, so we squish you down. Bring this one up a bit. So very quickly going through, I'm just going to adjust my personal seat, if you don't mind. Mostly because I can't see because I haven't got glasses on. So I have the Claire Goodchild Book of Seances, one I bought last year and plan on reading a chapter every night. And guess what? Didn't do it because I set myself a challenge. So it's still sat on the desk. I'm probably on chapter 4. Started listening to the House Witch Book 2 from the series on audio, and I'm really enjoying that series. Book 1 was amazing. Book 2 is so far out of the gate just as good. And my Divine Slayer system on the Pocket FM app is the one that I'm listening to now because I've finished the My Vampire System, I think it was called. I finished that one. And now I'm onto my Divine Slayer system. There's a bit of a theme there, I think you can probably see. The decks that I went to use were Seasons of the Witch Beltane, because why not? It's May. The Zilich Tarot, the Tantric Dakini Oracle, the Boo Tarot, because that was one that I kind of treated myself to as a little extra add-on birthday gift, but it was an early birthday gift. And the Fairy Tale Tarot by Lisa Hunt are the decks that were on my desk. From a film perspective, watched quite a few actually. I watched The Crow Salvation. So I think last month I talked about all 6 of the Crow movies, and there was still a couple I hadn't watched, and The Crow Salvation popped up on Prime, so yes, why not? Thoroughly enjoyed it. One called Another Favour. So that's got, what's she called? The girl from the Singy Song film and Ryan Reynolds' wife. Quite enjoyed that one actually. That was really good. The Wheel of Time. I was watching, but I wasn't paying attention. So now I need to go back and watch again. So I need to just double back, I think, from about episode 5 and watch the rest. Romancing the Stone. I do love that film. You can't go wrong with that one, can you? Watched one of the Batmans. Cruella 2019. That was amazing. How have I not seen that film before? Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. So that's the second of the Maleficent films. That was really good. Jane the Virgin, I'm still watching that. So that's our current sit down and binge watch because we don't know what else to watch on TV series. We've got the Better Sister on Prime that started. So I guess if you have a sister, you might be interested in that one. It's so far, it's got a few plot twists. So yeah. Sorry, I'm just drinking. And Neighbours, because as we know, they're planning on bringing that one to an end this year. So from a YouTube perspective, we have Eries Witchcraft, the month of the hashtag Divine Feminine, with the workbook that I've shown you and the prompts that she's done, and YouTube, and the second kind of sisterhood group that's come off from that on Messenger, where we were sharing, private stuff that's not out for everyone's ears, and just, empowering each other. And that was nice because sometimes you just don't have the people to bounce things off of. And when you live in a virtual world, again, it gets quite difficult. So that was really nice. That was really sweet what happened in there. We have channels I've watched. So Miss Kulala's Mystical Musings, always a great one for something to provoke your mind. Martin's Musings and Masculine Intuition, they had a live. They always have candid chats. Mystic Mand, I can't remember what I watched now, but I definitely watched Mystic Mand. Tapestry of the Unseen. Stars, so it starred because I enjoyed what I watched. It's been such a long month, I can't even... Was it the Halfway to Halloween tarot tag from Tapestry of the Unseen? I can't even remember if that's what it was, if there's something else. I've probably watched a couple of videos at the same time from that channel. So yeah, pop over and give some support. Animal and Arcana. That was another interesting channel, one that I don't think I've come across before. SC Tarot, Coyote Tarot, leather scandal videos, they were everywhere. Okay, so I couldn't not watch a couple of those. Equally, it was just really amusing that people genuinely think everything comes from the country that I can't actually believe that people are that. I'm going to just say gullible. Okay, you'd be called gullible over here, so I'm going to say gullible. Equally, if you're daft enough to spend £60,000 on a bag, you've either got more money than sense, or the money's not an issue to you. Do you know what I mean? So you cut your cloth to your purse strings, basically. So there's enough of that. The Black Belt Barrister, he always has some good inspiration and information. Spirit of Avalon, White Witch Mushroom Forest, Anna, the Well-Appointed Mystic, Lennon Smith, as always, the 3 a.m. chats, Mad Witch, Toadstool Tarot, Longman Tarot was back for a bit, so he was doing how he's now progressed his weekly spreads, so he's talking about that. Hermit's Cave with Spirit of Avalon, they did a live. Marlena Therese, Moon Scarab Ramon did some interviews, and he had the lovely Rochelle. We have Tarot Stash, Creative Musings, who's showing his creative musings on how he goes about creating. Obviously, I've used the word creating 5 times in a sentence. He does landscapes with fabric, so he's showing us through that process. Serpent's Visionary Oracle, Big Crone Energy. So she did a birthday spread, which I've pinched because our birthdays must be a day apart or the same day. I haven't quite worked out, but yeah. So I've pinched the spread that she showed. It wasn't her spread. I think she got it from somewhere else anyway. So I've done that one, and I'll show you that when I get to it. That was actually a really interesting spread, and it's different to the one that I've put up. It's different to my calendar spread. Happy Haunts Library, went to a themed B&B. That was amazing. Other art journal flip through type videos, lots of those, rolling in the background that I couldn't go back and grab all the names of. Essence of the Moon, Moon Scarab again, interview with Rochelle. Did they also have Essence of the Moon this month as well? Or was that last month? Anyway, and Marilyn's Tarot Takes. So those are my channels that I've watched, that I've actually made notes of. There are plenty more of you, I'm afraid. And I did notice I commented on people's videos, and my comments have gone awry again. I don't know what on earth is going on, but I can't remember what I wrote on everyone's videos, and I am sorry. It's like Big Crone Energy. I talked about you using the deck that you use for your spread and how in tune it seemed with you and in sync. And there's also some other, thoughts about your video. That one's gone. I just don't understand where my comments go. I must be using words that YouTube doesn't like, or that you've all blocked. So May the 1st. So I bought this book. This is the natural health one, I think. And I have been thoroughly enjoying this soothing almond banana smoothie, so much so that here it is. And it is hot almond milk with the banana's been blended into it, and a spoon of almond butter, nut butter. Of course, it would be nut butter, it's an almond nut. And you just warm it up, and I've popped cinnamon into mine, and then you drink it in about an hour and a half before bed. Yes, it's getting close to my bedtime, hence the reason I have it here. So I've been thoroughly enjoying this, and it is giving me better sleep. I've got my Kalat cards in here. And so the Kalat cards, the energy of the week that it corresponds to is the card. But what I realized is when I was sorting this out on Sundays, the Kalat cards start Monday. So when I was Googling what week am I in on a Sunday, so here Sunday, I think, was that May the 1st? Anyway, when I was doing my week aheads, it was telling me what week I was in on Sunday, and then I realised that the card I had didn't correspond to the week I was wanting it for. So it's just something FYI for you all to know if you're using Kalat cards in the same way. So the Divine Feminine started. Here we have week 1 of May using the Kalat cards. So here's the energy of the week, or week 2, energy of the week, and then here's the spread around it that I've done. My thoughts are here, and then kind of this is when I realised I was working on the energy being the wings. Actually, it is week 19, and it should have been the tree. So I haven't changed the spread. I've just popped that note in there and then moved on from there. Then we have my Divine Feminine spreads here. So there's my spread with the things. As I said, there are videos that you can watch for these, so I won't go through it in too much detail. There's also one where I showed how I did the candle dressing and why I lit the candle. We had the flower moon, new moon. So information here about the moon that I've popped in. And the hare moon is a pagan symbol which originated in medieval England. So it's another name for the moon. So just collecting names for the moons as well. So I just thought it was really interesting. Known as a flower moon, or other names include plant moon, milk moon, and the hare moon. And I just put there about the hare moon because I thought, oh, curious. I'm quite curious about the hare moon because I see a lot of hares around in this part of the world facing the moon gazing. Kim at Abundant Life Tarot did a spread, so I joined in with it. It's the Forest of Rebirth spread, so I don't know. I can't remember if it was a creator's spread that she's used or if it was one that she made up. But this is the spread that I did with her and decorated my page, and I've used the. Have I wrote it on here? Of course I haven't. The Fournier deck. The pink Fournier deck. Week 20, Asklings of the Future. So that's the energy for the week, is the Askling of the Future. Why not start something new this week is what it suggests when it's the Asklings of the Future. Only has eyes for new things in the future. It's not prepared to look back anymore, so it's only moving forwards. And then I have my elemental spread around it and my thoughts about that. Then we have week 2 with the Divine Feminine work that's here and the practice I did. So I was, again, go back and see my videos. But with this deck, the card that I got for the Oracle had shadow working prompts and things in it. And that's what I was using to then create some further work with the Divine Feminine that I was doing. Week 3, Hell Hath No Fury. So here we have the week 21, which was a dice. So 19th to 25th of May. Again, there's my spread. So these have been the same decks. I don't know if I'm going to change them out or not. I'm actually really enjoying these decks. So I might just keep these decks for a little while longer until I feel a different set of decks replace them. And again, here we have my spread for the Hell Hath No Fury. And I've used the Witch Oracle, the Barbara Walker Tarot, and the Dark Magic Oracle again with the Pure, which had a workings to do here, which I've just shot from the other journal and popped into here. And this is just a more friendly version of my identity that I did from the identity card in week 2. Moving into week 4, we have the creativity expression. So weeks 3 and 4 on my videos are together if you want to see those spreads. And this was my birthday week, basically. So hence the reason we got that was why the pictures have changed slightly, become more fruity. I don't know why that's that kind of, it expresses how I feel around my birthday, pastel colors, fruits, gorgeous foods. It becomes like a treat for the senses. We have the key. So the key is about being free to become what you want. Don't constrict yourself. Don't lock yourself in a box. Let yourself out and let yourself go. So to sum it all up, I can't say that out because it's copyright. However, choose wisely and act with integrity because you are the master of your own week. But there's a little line there from the Spice Girls. And that's my creative expression spread. And the shadow work here ready to go. I probably won't be doing the actual candle work, but I will be doing maybe wearing the amulet bit that, again, I discussed in the video. And then here we have my birthday. So here we have the big crone energy where I pinched the spread from. And I believe it's from Moon Mama is where they actually got it from originally. And I have, sorry for reaching across everything. So it's with the Boo Tarot. And I just wanted to share this. It was really interesting. I wasn't expecting to get much from this spread. So question 1 is a card to represent my birthday message from my guides. And I got the King of Swords. I didn't think a lot of that at the start, but actually this is my granddad. My granddad normally comes out as the King of Swords. So it felt like my granddad was with me. And I was like, that's really nice. Card 2 is how my ancestors say happy birthday to me. So we have the, is it easier if I do it like that? So we have the Fool. And bearing in mind my birthday was on a new moon, so it felt like the encouragement was for outdoors, moon energy, today being new moon, and just getting myself, out and about and playing with things. I just love my little, just trying to keep my little granddad there in view for me. Question 3, how can I celebrate myself this year for my birthday? And we have the 4 of Wands. I mean, I just thought that was just fantastic. The 4 of Wands, I mean, the cards were kind of answering the question, or asking the question if you want to be like that could be asking the same question. But it just felt like go out and celebrate you for you, like do what you want to do, not what other people want to do, like just let loose and celebrate. So we've got the Fool, like stepping out, do something new. Granddad saying happy birthday, like go and enjoy yourself. The weather was absolutely shocking, so it was nice to be able to do that. Number 4, how have I grown this year in my life that I can be proud of? So we have the High Priestess. And I've popped over here, as you can see, you've grown without realizing in many ways. So the work you do in the background is making you stronger. Breadcrumbs without deep diving are serving me well. So I do get little breadcrumbs of things. I go off on little tangents, but I'm not a pothole or a cave diver. I just take the surface layer because that's enough for me at this point in time for me to then know if I want to go any further. Number 5, what positive moment can I reflect on in my life? And I got 2 cards. So we have these 2, the King of Cups and the Hanged Man. So for this, I felt like, reflecting on all that I have, like the love that's surrounding me, my life of comfort that I've managed to create, and cozy is my happy place. It absolutely is. We've got the fire there. It was a cold day in the end, and when we came home from food, we lit the fire, watched some movies and had some champagne, and it was really nice. It was another nice cozy birthday. Question 6, general birthday wishes from my spirit team. And again, we've got 2 cards. We have the 8 of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. So with these ones, I just felt like we were saying, head down, work hard, look for enjoyment and be you. It will always come out in the wash. Hence the washing machine and the wheel. So just keep your head down, keep going where you're going, and anything else will come out in the wash. You don't need to bother yourself with it, is how that felt to me. I just really appreciated this card coming out at the end of it, and that wouldn't have happened had I not have done this spread. So actually it gave me like the warm fuzzies while I was doing that. And then this is just simply my memory board for my birthday. We had these amazing cheesecakes at a Turkish restaurant and teas. I had a hot pomegranate tea, and partner had Turkish coffee. My friend and I went out for some really gorgeous food. These are croissants pressed in a waffle maker. And this is the full English breakfast, topped with pea shoots and edible flowers. I mean, it's just right up my alley, absolutely right up my alley. So I've got sausages, bacon, it's full English. I am a meat eater. Gorgeous poached egg. Melted cheese in there. They do have a vegan version, but I actually chose to go with the meat version. I made some pistachio and dark chocolate, and what else is in there? Almond butter and dates. Yep, dates. Bark, if you want to call it, or chocolate, however you want to call it. Anyway, slice them in half, flatten them, fill them up, drizzle all the melted stuff on, pop it in the fridge and eat the goodness. I got a beautiful 5-in-1 styling comb for my birthday. Over the moon with that, absolutely over the moon, because there's no way on this God-given planet I'm ever paying the rip-off money for a Dyson or a Shark. But this one was the one that Aldi's was supposed to be selling. Couldn't get it. It sold out again. Found it on Amazon. It's identical. So I got the one from Amazon. And there's now the Lily styler that's everywhere, popping up everywhere. But this one was, I think, maybe £60. The Lily styler, I think, is £40. But they've got different heads on the top. And I think a couple of the bits inside might be slightly different, but this has got that air wrap technology left and right. So I've been loving that. Oh, amazing. I had so many flowers. I had peonies and they're in bloom. I had this gorgeous bunch here because I love colour. So all these beautiful colourful flowers. There's my peonies in a big vase. All the other flowers behind. Just so many flowers. There's another bunch there. Went out for this gorgeous stack of pancakes. What can I say? That was just amazing. Did a little, what happened to that? Did a little spell candle ritual for my birthday. That was nice under the new moon. So that one's done. And of course, only great people are born on the 27th. And here I have the 2 greats from the horrors in there. And then the lily spread waiting to be done. So that was my journals. I think I've probably really overshot my mark here with time. I'm so sorry. Let me get into the moon diary. This one won't take long. Give that out of the way. So May. We have the starting May is the Taurus witch. So we have gorgeous information here about the Taurus witch. I'm wondering if this will all come into the digital pack that they now do. So if you wanted all the previous information from the other diaries because you couldn't get them, they're now available in digital format and you can print them out. They're only for, single use for you to use, private use. But all the information that was in all those diaries, if you were dribbling over it and wanted any of it, you can get that now. It's not that expensive, but you can get the digital pack and you can download it and then you can pick out the bits that you want. So, and I think that might be even, well, no, don't quote me. Just go and have a look and check out what's on the Flickering Cauldrons page. We have the Willow is the April to 12th of May's zodiac sign there. Of course, is the Bull because we're in Taurus. And we have Beltane. I didn't really do anything for Beltane this year. We had a gorgeous spring herb and cheese tart. That would have been nice to make. And I kind of missed quite a few days in May. Life was busy, what can I say? We had the micro full flower moon. Again, I didn't really see that one. We've got here Monday the 19th, new project plan, see weekly spread, action, intuition. So my card is linked into the weekly spread on this week. So that was kind of interesting to see. And don't get ahead of yourself. Karma might bite you on the arse. So put my own warnings in there for my week ahead spread. I didn't do anything that week. Look, we have the Lovers card because we're moving into Gemini. And invoking deity here. So plenty going on there. And then my budgets and Kickstarters. So I would love Hexen 2.0, the Penny Dreadful Oracle. You know, I need that one. The Gothic Tale Oracle. However, there's now a Gothic Skeleton Oracle, which I think is going to outdo the Gothic Tale Oracle, if I'm honest. So it might be the Gothic Skeleton that I want and no longer the Gothic Tale, because I need to be sensible about my spending. And I'd quite like the For Love of Spread's second Oracle pack, although there's a Doll Oracle coming out. That might come off my list for the Doll Oracle, because I can only do maximum 3. The Witch's Candle Oracle, that's my actual birthday present to myself. Very expensive, but that is my birthday present to myself, so it should arrive very soon. The Oraculum Oracle, that one's funded, so that was one I purchased back in April or March, I can't remember. The Ritual Kitchen Tarot, still waiting on that one. That one's from, I think, February. The Cracked Amethyst, I don't know where that's gone, the second edition. I thought I had backed it. I can't see it on my list, so I'm not sure what's happened with that unless I took it off. I don't know. The Bartender's Tarot Digital Guidebook, I'm waiting for that one to arrive. And the Sacred Wisdom and Feminine Oracles, Kickstarter minis with the Shadow Workbook. So there we go. And then we're into June. gorgeous items. So there's a candle here burning, and these are from the Whispering Raven. So I ordered 5 of these back in end of March, beginning of April, I think, off one of my paydays. And the one I've got burning is the Ghostly Walk, and this one here is lime, basil and mandarin. They do smell delightful. Ghostly Walk, I can't explain it. It's almost like a whisper breath of like scent. Almost like a talcum powder, like a tiny, it's so gentle and almost you'd miss it, but it's very pleasant just in the area when you're burning it. This one's nice and strong. You can smell the lime in it. It's got a good lime and basil smell. I also bought myself a fisherman's buoy, ball, globe, I don't know what you call them. These used to be used to tie up lines and things and stop them from sinking and keep them afloat. Then they became like witches' balls in many respects. But I think that's a riff off of the word watchers' balls. They became like watchers' balls. And lots of places in Cornwall hang them in windows or at their entrances to ward off evil. So it became like a kind of talisman. So I bought myself one of these while I was on the Barbican in Plymouth. And I haven't seen them before to purchase. So I was like, yep, I'm definitely going to bring one of those home. So this is my talisman ball. I'm very happy with that one. Oops. I bought some crystals. Of course I did. Why wouldn't I? Okay. I've got this gorgeous, look at that. It's a labradorite. I don't think you need me to tell you that, do you? But I mean, look at that. It was the darkest, dingiest little shop in the house that Jack built. The lights were shocking in there. And it was just like that. I couldn't quite tell the colour and the sheen that was coming off it. That's how bad the light was. But it was so illuminated. I was like, yeah. I wasn't even looking for one. And it was winking at me from the bottom of the like little pot that it was in. I was like, oh, that one. And then I think this is, we think, the shop, boy in the shop at the time, because it wasn't labelled, he thinks that this might be Orca jasper. Because I've not seen anything quite so banded. It's not quite a banded agate, although it has that effect. But how could I not leave, like, bring him home with me? He just looks like bandages. I thought, what a perfect pattern in a crystal for this particular little shape. And I believe these are from Nightmare Before Christmas. They also had the ghosties, but there wasn't a crystal that I wanted from that section. And I didn't need it, but now I've got it. A rose quartz, so it's a pumpkin witch's hat. Again, well, I think, I couldn't really leave that behind, could I? So I've got this one. I thought that was really, really beautiful. So that's local, 3 from the local shop that I was in. And they also had some interesting Fournier decks, which I've not seen before in Plymouth. So that was really cool. This is so thick and gorgeous. Now, the decks that I use for my weeklies, I had a bunch of them. Of course I did. So I was using the Zilich Tarot from US Games. This one. Gorgeous deck. Lovely watery colories. Lovely watercolours, rather. I don't even know what that was in English. And then I was using the Tantric Dakini Oracle. So that's this one. Can I just say, if anyone's watching and you happen to know the creator of this, please can it be rebooted and repackaged? I think we don't need so much space with all the text. Probably don't need the card if we can cut that down just to make the book smaller. Bring it down to better packaging so that this doesn't have to be split in the box. Please, if you're out there listening. I do like the borders because I like writing on them. Then I don't have to keep coming back to this book. But it is a big book. There's a lot of information in here. But I just feel like these bits could be a lot less. Like they could be smaller. That could easily be shrunk down slightly, not have that. And then I just feel like it could be a better size thing in general. It could be like the Mythologica Fennica. size. That'd be wonderful. There's my wish to the world. And the Beltane Oracle, as I said. The goat kept coming up, actually. I wasn't using the guidebook. I refused to use the guidebook while I was doing it this year, or this month. So I was just like, no, whatever I feel comes off this and this, that is my message. I'm not going to go any deeper with it. So it's literally like this. Oh, I put the whole deck upside down. Good. So here we go. We have the Chariot, 49 cutting through, and Pegasus. And as you can see, my keywords on the side there for extra prompts if I'm not getting an intuitive hit with cutting through. Decisive action, practicality, real action, change, destiny. So it's about change, it's about action. It's about not sitting still. So with direction, with action, and Pegasus, break free, dear one. Spread wide and far, for you aren't containable, you are limitless. So again, it's that whole action message. They really worked quite synchronistically with what was coming out, I think. Here we have Wheel of Fortune with Isis, which is the High Priestess. So this is where the major arcana come into place. So of course we have card of intuition, occult, attainment, wishes. And we have fertilizing. So it's interesting when we're talking about attainment or wishes, fertilizing them out into the universe. The Wheel of Fortune, making it happen, doing the thing to make the thing. Food is not the only thing that nourishes you, dear one. Be mindful of what you feed your soul. So again, I think these to me feel like quite powerful messages, and doing it daily, it was quite nice. It was like a big sister warning before I went off to work with these three. That's how it felt. It didn't feel ominous. It didn't ever feel dark. It just felt like a little, tap on the shoulder. Energy's been a bit funky. Tap on the shoulder. Here's what you need to just, keep it in the back of your head, love, in case it pops out. 8 of discs with Heart Drop and Wildcat. And of course, Heart Drop on this collage deck is about the higher aspect of self, mystical vision, wisdom of heart. And the Wildcat is be still and tune in. There is something aloof lurking alongside you. So really interesting again with the 8 of discs and the work that you're putting in. So you could easily take what you need from that one. And one more, Princess of Discs, taking up arms and bonfire. So responsibility, evolution, fearlessness, strength, invulnerability, self-discipline. Princess of Discs feels more like self-discipline in this particular case. However, taking up of arms is telling us with the, bonfire is telling us, remember, you will wake the ritual of your existence and be reborn in mighty celebrations. So yeah. If I leave that one there, and let's get the next set of cards out. So I did also use these two, the Fairy Tale Tarot with Beltane. So 10 of Pentacles and Stone Circles. 7 of Pentacles and the Lovers. I didn't use this one as often as I thought I was going to. I put it out and I didn't get called to use it very much. And I also popped out Sassy Dragons in case I wanted it to clarify, because I just felt like it might clarify this one quite nicely. But I didn't need to do that. I got so engrossed in the other decks that they took over, and I never really swapped back into this one. So I think this one's probably going to have its day coming into June, to be fair, with the work that I'll be doing with, kind of finding the Fae with Astari Sen's YouTube channel. Okay, so here we're going to do my week ahead spread because I haven't done it yet, so why not do it together? And we are using, as I said, the Kalat card. It is week 23, starting Monday the 2nd of June. And that'll go through to Sunday. And it is the Wishing Well. So this goes in the middle. This is my energy. Here we have the cards. So a little bit of information. It is the spring card. So the group lessons, my dedication, got me my first swimming diploma. So that's just a bit of information that goes with it that you can take or leave if you want to. Shows you how to put the cards together. The Well is a club of free thinkers. Ember Pie is a group of friends. The Hive is collective and thinking as one. So that's just an interesting concept. Socializing, meetings, social media area. So do you like to meet people, i.e. swimming club, and then, that's where the rest of that information has come from. On a beautiful green plain, there is a well where you can get fresh water. But much more importantly, at the well, we meet other people for a nice chat, and we make new contacts. So the well is it's more of a social gathering. So I suppose you could call that your watering house, to your coffee house. So there's the energy of the week is kind of that social gathering, meeting new people, contacts and things is what that feels like to me. And then using the Mythologica Fennica, I want to know what is in my material realms that I need to be aware of with relating to contacts. What do I need to be aware of with regards to contacts? Oops. So we have the Wheel of Fortune. So you can make things happen. Then we have the Elemental North Tarot for the air, and I would like to know now, what do I need to be aware of from a intellect perspective with regards to meeting new contacts? What do I need to be aware of from an intellect perspective with regards to meeting new contacts, please? The Knight of Pentacles, so doing it in the right order, not rushing things. Making sure I have my ducks lined up, everything in a row. For Wands perspective, from my kind of inner desires and spirits perspective, my inner spirit, my burning spirit, what do I need to be aware of with regards to this contacts? Just flow right out across the floor, excuse me. We have the Knight of Elixirs, so the Knight of Cups. And obviously everyone just goes with lover boy when you got that one. Meeting new contacts. I would say more about the driving emotion behind it. So what is the driving emotion behind it? Is it, and I don't mean like a love perspective, because this is going to be mostly pertaining to potentially my work, to be fair. I think this is more about my drive behind whatever it is that's going on. So, are you chasing something that isn't meant to happen? Are you wanting for something to be that can't be? So it's just that awareness that you're not, overstepping the mark with what you're requesting. And then, of course, from a emotional perspective now. So for the water element, what is it that I need to be aware of from an emotional perspective? It is judgment, the call. So making that judgment call, making sure that you're, like I said, doing it for the right reasons, not for the wrong reasons, and trying to force it ahead. So that's going to be my week ahead with the cards. Gives you a little something to see. And then I have 2 decks I need to mention that came in. So the Grunge Goddess. I ordered this from Dark Sinavir a long, long time ago. And I didn't think it was coming, actually. I did say I'd given up on the fact it was coming. I just wrote it off as a loss. It wasn't that expensive. And I could not be bothered to chase to get a refund. When I did, they offered me the option of having another deck, but there was nothing else on the website that I really wanted. And at the time, I really, really, really desperately wanted this. Now it's arrived. I'm like, I don't know if I want it anymore. It took so long to arrive. That's not me being a stroppy bugger. That's just me being very honest in the fact that I since have a deck that does what this one now does, and I'm not sure that this one is still needed. So it is what it says. It's all goddesses. It's photograph work with some collage. It's just a very dark, very grungy deck. I now prefer my Gothic tarot to this one, and the literary Gothic tarot to this one. So I shall see if I'm going to work with it. I did think I might have worked with it with the Divine Feminine month, but I didn't get round to it. Babs kept calling me and wanted to work with me. So Babs is the deck that stayed with me for that one. However, it's here. So it is a nice deck. It's a make playing cards kind of standard stock. Comes with a guidebook if you want it, but I don't see that you need it given what it is. And the other one that arrived is the Rose Lenormand, which has been, I pre-ordered this ages ago. So that one's arrived from Patrick Valenza, Deviant Moon. And this one is, I've previously shown you my other two, standard and paradoxical. I now have the rose oxical, as I'm going to call it. As I say, the colours for this just continue to make me smile. I love it. I can't say that I don't. And the rose just, it's adorable. I think I'm done though. I don't think I need any other Lenormands because one, I don't read with them. And two, now I've got the rose. This one kind of like, I am now aware that the rose caps all of them for me. I could be tempted with an aquedoxical, but actually the rose and the aquedoxical are very similar in colour aspect. They're like the reverse of each other. So I still think I've got everything I need here because I see it there. So it's just, as you see it, it reverses around the other way around. So the aqua becomes rose and the rose becomes aqua. So I'm pretty much sure I've got what I need. Right then, let me take you for a little stroll around my garden, and thank you all for being here with me and listening to me ramble and witter on and showing you a couple of my birthday treasures. I wish you all much love and light from here on in, because I don't think I've finished my garden video with any goodbyes. I think I've planned on doing some kind of talk over with it, but I don't think I've got enough memory in this to do that. So I'm going to have to just try and bolt the videos together and pop it out as it comes raw. Take care, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. So I've cut the rosemary back quite a bit. It's had quite a hard trim back. You can see lots has been missing. So just this bit here, I'm trying to control it and stop it from growing into everything here. The ballerina plant, or the fuchsias, are doing beautifully. We have some snake food coming up, primroses. I forget what this one's called, but it's had a hard trim back and it's going fantastically bushy. All of the bluebells and things have pretty much been cleared out, allowing it to, well, trying to allow this one to come in, but I've missed most of its flowering, so I've missed the best part of that because it's behind everything else. I'd never get to see it. This magnolia has now finished flowering for this season, and I do need to trim some off it. It's rather large. And coming around to this side, these are now starting to come into their own, so that's lovely. And I have the Japanese anemones coming up here, and yeah, we just stick random chimney pots and things in our garden. So the azaleas have finished flowering. These smelled glorious when they were up and running. And my camellia, that's probably about 12 meters high, that one. Needs some TLC really. You can see we've gone in quite hard here and pruned to let light in, because the ground is just moss, like lots and lots of moss down here, so we want to let the light in so it grows back a bit better. We've got some more snake food coming up here, and this is where I used to sit on the granites with my last female dog, Matilda, and this is where we'd sit when it got too hot. So we're just making it so it's welcome again here. I've got my ash smoking, with the smoking tree. So it's, the idea is these flowers kind of give off that look of, from a distance of, I don't know, like embers burning. I think that's why it's called, or how it got its name. I have my rambling rose bush, and then as you see, so my little archway here. Try not to move you around too much, so I do apologise. And this takes me through to, I've just had to come and tie everything up because everything's about to flower a little bit earlier than normal. So I've got quite a few heads starting to flower on my peonies, and we've just got this really harsh wind that's coming from a different direction, and it's actually affecting them. So I've had to tie everything up. So we've got some twill tying everything up. Lavender's gone crazy, so this is lovely. I'll get some heads off that. I've got 2 thyme plants that survived. This is from cut flowers that were gifted to me a little while ago that I tried growing. I think from Christmas time actually. I can't even remember what that is, so we'll see what comes up. Primrose. That's a yellow primrose in there. I'm not sure if these are going to be digitalis or if this is like an echinacea type thing, so we'll see what comes off these, because these are everywhere. They've popped up all around this area. And you see I have another one of these that's had a good hard trim back. We have lots of these like lily type things. And then I have a white bleeding heart. Love these, my gran used to grow them. And I have another peony. I think they're all the same colour. No, this is the pale pink, I think, and then this one might be dark pink again. Oh yeah, let's talk about the mint. So down there I have peppermint. That one's peppermint. Thankfully it's returned. Here, oh, that one might be peppermint as well, actually. That could be peppermint coming from all the way back there. Look, can't see it, but it's coming from all the way back there, growing forwards. The peppermint here grows and moves around, it just doesn't stay. And the same with the strawberry mint. So this is strawberry mint. This one. Yep. So lots of strawberry mint here. A lovely big bumblebee flying around. Again, more of these. I hope these are echinacea. Then I have a pink bleeding heart, this one. I've got no flowers on this one. That's another, oh, they were there. That's another bleeding heart. And we have lemon balm. Another peony. Don't know what this is, but it's always quite attractive. Again, more of these. And this is lemon balm. It's the biggest one that we have. And this one. So we've got all of that going on here. Then this one, this is a calla lily. It's come from Richard's dad's house, and that'll be the gentleman that passed away recently. So he's dug this one up because this is one of his pride and joy plants. He's split it, so we've got one here and one in the front garden to see which one grows, because our garden can be a little bit temperamental. And coming round here, look at the state of this. This was tidy, and now it's not. But I can't wait to see all the flowers come out of that. But this just really needs a good. I don't even know what to do with that, to be quite honest with you. I don't think there is anything. Then I have grapevine. Still got my bushes there. Then we're trying to save this Japanese lantern. It was absolutely huge, but it started being eaten away in the middle and dying. So we've been trying to cut back, which is what all of this chopped wood is, to get it to continue to flower and grow. So it looks like, if we're lucky, it's prevailing, but there's still a lot of dead in there that we need to have a look at. And I've got this massive bank, so I've got more of those, whatever that is, coming out of there. Don't think they're all lucifers. And then I have an entire, this is a huge patch of, I don't know what to call these, bearded iris. So that is a very big patch of those. And then these are beautiful. Bees love these, but we don't seem to have many bees around anymore. It's scary, I don't hear them. Normally this is swarming. And then we're into my rose garden with what's left of the rose bushes. I've got 1, 2, that one's not come back, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 out of 12 rose bushes. Then we have my quince. So this one's had a very, very hard trip back because I don't want it to fruit. So that's a very hard trip back. You can see I've been gardening. Then I've got all my blackberries growing. So all the bottom half is blackberries. My pears. We have 2 types of pears. We have this one and we have this one. So again, lots more pears growing. Look at that. just fascinates me to watch bears grow. Then we've got the apples. Many of these won't do so well because they're growing too close together in clusters. I could do with probably spreading them out a bit. So this one's probably not going to do very well. But then here, look, we've got quite a few apples on the way. Lots and lots of apples. And more blackberries. So guess what we'll be having this year? Apples and blackberries. And here we have the biggest Japanese maple. It's just crazy. I don't know what's going on with this. It's only supposed to be 6 foot by 6 foot. It's just humongous. It's giant. These are giant agapanthus, so there's one in there. But we really need to try and get this clump out of the ground. It's solid. We can't get it out to get it to flower and thin through. So maybe we'll get 2 or 3 heads out of this year, which is a shame. I have another quince there growing, and this thing, whatever we call that. Some plants, and then this is about to flower, so that'll be nice. And then I've got my roses, more roses over here. So the yellow one, and kind of wild rose. This is really beautiful because it just frames this whole area. And then we have the pink rose that climbs up this side. This reminds me of this is my Alice in Wonderland arch, kind of rose arch. Reminds me of the part of the story with the Queen of Hearts. And then we're back to the main garden with all the other bits that needs dealing with. There's my cherry tree. We don't do things by halves here. So I just thought I'd show you around before the wind ruins everything, because I've got that feeling I could come out tomorrow and find I have no peonies left. So that's the garden at the end of May. I was hoping to have some flowering peonies so I could pinch one for my birthday tomorrow, but we shall see.